Welcome to Barbells and Banter. On today's episode, we talked about Amy's winning her MBA show. We also talked about some awkward visits to the hospital or the doctor, i.e. Ben's semen collection. And we also talked about the importance of long-term periodization for your goals and whatnot. So, yeah, enjoy the episode. Oh, wowzers.
There's a couple you ran.
Yeah, they were the best ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why the viewership's going up on this side, is because I'm taking the ship now.
Yeah. That must be it.
Yeah, everyone's like, I'm fucking so sick of hearing
Ben fucking talk. Yeah.
Ask these awesome questions. But yeah, it's hard to get the banter going when we've already just discussed
so much things. Yeah. Well, I held so much back.
I know. You said you got 2 country stories for the week.
I got a very short one.
Okay.
So
we'll do the country segment for the episode.
This will get the episode going. Trust me.
All right. Well, hit us with what's happening.
The first short one it's underwhelming.
Okay.
So for context for everyone at home, Jason's actually really fucking scared of kangaroos. So when we go play golf,
that is a lie.
The local golf course has 1,000 resident kangaroos that live on the golf course. So I've basically accepted that I'm going to hit a kangaroo in my car.
Oh, 100%.
It's just part of the thing. So it's just a matter of when. So yesterday, turned into a street just a little bit away from my house, like 3-4 minutes still away. Very dense bush. Get to the other side of said dense bush, and I see this fucking thing move. I'm like, what's happening? So look out from the driver's seat, out the passenger window, and up at this fucking roo, bro. Enormous.
Yeah.
Taller than the car. Jacked. And I was like, oh, this could be it.
Yeah.
This could be the time. The biggest fucking kangaroo I've seen since I moved there.
This is the time. Ruin your day.
This is the time. And he just turned left, went into the paddock.
Yeah.
We stayed friends.
It's happening.
Fucking hell, man.
I even contemplated
so big.
When you were like, oh, I'll come see the house. After we play golf, I was like, well, it's getting a o'clock. I'll come briefly.
Yeah, when you left, I was like, take the freeway home.
Yeah, which I did not.
Then you went the fucking worst possible
I went the way that it's like, this is the shortest way. I'm like, fucking send it.
Yeah. No, shortest way has dirt roads.
Yeah.
Did that one time.
I'm not afraid of kangaroos. All right, that's bullshit. I'm just like, any wild animal, I'm like...
I have a healthy respect.
That's it. They're just so
jacked.
The
fruit bat in Brisbane. You're fucking terrified of that too.
Yeah, well, you just don't know if they can fucking turn on you at any minute. Wild animals, Ben.
When was the last time you heard Brisbaneite dies from fruit bat attack?
Don't watch TV, mate. Could happen. Could be a regular occurrence, all right? I don't watch Free to Air Tally. I only watch Free to Air Tally when my mum comes down because she loves it. Sitting on the couch the other night. I'm like, do you watch TV every day, Mum? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I never watch TV.
Yeah.
So I only watch TV when you're here.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay.
Fuck.
AKA, this is fucking mind-numbing.
I hate this.
Yeah.
1 sec.
I just want to hang out with you. So huge caveat to the podcast. It is 1,000,000 degrees in here. And that is why my face is fucking red.
I was alright
like
until I put these back on. I think
I'm so hot.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, and I'm also hot in temperature.
That's what she said.
Yeah, well, must have missed that one. So yeah, it's 1,000,000 degrees in here. That's why my face is red as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm also depleted.
Do you want my other story?
Oh, of course.
So we're gonna really share with the audience today.
Right. Are we?
Yeah.
Just you?
I had to go to. How do I describe it? Had to go have my swimmers inspected yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did you have to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do it at the place or did you do it at home?
No, I had to do it at the place.
Oh, really?
This is an hour and 20 minutes away.
Fuck. Do they?
And it's got to be 20 minutes.
You've got to do it for 20 minutes.
So let me set the scene, right? So
I need all the details.
So it's been 18 months. My wife and I have been doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Had a miscarriage last year. Had a false positive end of last year.
Yep.
She's had her test done. And I just want to preface this conversation because I'm going to make a really big deal out of how uncomfortable it is. And there's going to be all these women going like, you've got no fucking... I know it's worse for you. I get it. It's way fucking worse for you. It hands down, I've been to the appointments. It's fucking worse for you.
Yeah, we just have to jerk off in a cup in a room.
But this is my
Still
truth.
funny.
This is my truth. And let my feelings are valid too. So create a safe space for me and let me have this moment.
I have so many questions.
So... worst part, right? So I was pretty good about it. I was like, Amy was like a couple days before, like, you okay? Like, you want me to come with you? And I'm like, definitely not.
Yeah, no.
Can you help? No, then don't come.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're doing me a disservice.
Yeah. So leading up was okay. The night before, I was a little bit like, oh, this is a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then the morning of, all we had was an address to the hospital, right? In Geelong.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, so I don't even know where the fuck I've got to go.
It's so interesting that you had to go to like one particular place.
There's not many, and it's hard to get in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We actually had something else on. I had a previous one booked and I had to move it. Anyway, so woke up in the morning. I'm like, okay, now I'm nervous about this.
100%.
I'm nervous about this now. All right. So, hour and a half drive to get there. Distracted myself with a pretty good podcast. And then I'm like, okay. So, pulled up, main entrance, found parking. I'm just fucking scattered. Walking up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to go somewhere. Because all it says is on there is like pathology. Yeah. And I'm like, is it just like where you go get bloods? Like, is it
the place where we go and jack off?
Yeah, is it like a specific come in the cup portal that I need to go through?
Imagine trying to ask like where that department is. It's like, excuse me, where do we jack off in a cup here?
So I'm like, Amy's like, this is all I've got. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, that's fine, it's fine. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm brave.
Yeah.
And then like, she had clients in the morning, so I messaged right on the hour where a gap would be. Like, can you call and like find out where I need to go?
Yeah.
No answer.
Damn it.
Okay. So I pull up, busting to go to the toilet because I had to make sure I was hydrated, maximize output.
Of course.
You know? So I walk in the door. And there's a big concierge desk. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so I need to go.
Think about the amount of conversations they've had.
And I was like, look up. All right, toilet.
Yeah.
Go in there first. Walk to the toilet. 3 steps before the toilet. Big pathology sign.
Right.
Mad. Go in, pee. Now, I'm at this stage, pretty nervous.
Okay.
Walk in the doorway of pathology. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 middle-aged women.
Oh, right.
Behind the counter.
Perfect. Exactly what you need.
Good morning. How can we help? I'd like to come in a cup, please. What the fuck? Why is there so many of you here right now?
That's great.
So, yeah, I have to do a semen deposit.
Is that the term?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. It wasn't a blood test, was it?
So good.
So, all right, no worries. Have you got an appointment? Yes. Cool. I was early, so like, oh, the 8:30 didn't come, so you're good to go. Do you need a room? And I was like,
I'm not going to fucking do it here.
Well, obviously that was like, did you bring it with you or do you have to go do it now?
Okay.
And I was like,
isn't it like a real stringent like protocol of storage?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it. I'd just rather jack off in public. Like, fuck it. Let's do it.
So go into like a normal blood test room.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, how is this? Where am I? How am I going to, this is going to work, right? So, go through paperwork, Medicare card, pay the bill, whatever. I'm like, my eyes, I'm pretty sure are popping out of my head. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So then she's like, okay. She stands up and I'm just like, all right, I guess see you later. She's like, oh, come, I'll take you to the room. And I was like, okay, there's another room.
This is the jack off.
All right. Where other men have jacked off.
That's the
very
thought.
Short period of time.
The thought of that makes me cringe. Like, is there like a computer? Or
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
Wait for it, bro. So I open the door. When she opens the door, shows me in. So, casting couch, right?
Oh no, it's plastic everywhere.
Nah, it's leather.
Ugh.
There's a leather couch, but it's a single seater.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like,
Oh.
that is literally,
How many people have cummed on that
it
seat?
is a single person
Yeah.
casting couch. I'm like,
Imagine the amount of dudes that have jacked off on that couch.
no lube, no spit,
Yeah.
because you contaminate
Oh, of course.
the sample,
So you have
as they
to-
refer to it.
Right. What was the temperature like?
Warm enough.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's definitely warm enough.
So, like, is that, like, look, I want to know. Was there a computer in there? Was
No.
there magazines?
Look,
Just a room with a
Free
chair.
Wi-Fi?
I had a phone and some headphones.
Oh,
Let's put it that way.
How big was the room?
Same size as the podcast studio.
Oh, okay. So you could get acrobatic if you needed to.
So turn around, lock the door,
Of course.
knowing 5 women just watched me walk into a room to jerk off.
Yeah.
Lock the door again. Okay. All right, off we go. And you're not allowed to have any activity for at least,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
bank-
it's at least 4 days.
Got to bank your swimmers.
Yeah, I think it's at least 3.
Do you have to have a special diet?
At least 3, max 7.
Yeah.
So
Any pineapple? I don't know. What?
I don't think anyone's tasting it.
Just got to make it the best quality possible, you know?
So, and then like when I'm in the room, she's like, now we need 100% of the sample. And kind of looked at me and I was like,
yeah, cheers.
I was like, okay. So I was just like, at this point, I'm like, I'm just going to have to go with bands here to just chill this out. I'm like, so don't miss. And she's like, yep. Okay. I wasn't
It's easier
planning on
fuck-
getting it fucking everywhere.
it's
but
easier said than done as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. I don't know how much detail.
100% of the sample.
Yeah, so I found a method. I may have came prepared with some form of material that would aid without
That's it.
lubrication. Did not miss.
Awesome.
Fucking 3 points. Happy days.
Swish.
And then it's like, okay, so now I need to go back out there. And like, there's this time. There's this little mirror in there that like, I don't know, maybe for people that want to look at themselves, I don't know. But it was like a sink with a mirror over it. I was like, obviously I'm flushed right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to hang out for a little bit and just like chill. But I also don't want to look like I'm in here struggling, but I don't want to be in here too short a period of time because that reflects bad. These are the things
Yeah.
that are going through my
Yeah.
mind. So yeah, walk out. I'm like, oh, like, and the worst thing was, thankfully the rest of them had gone. It was only the lady that helped me in the first place. It was
Right.
still at the counter. So that was good.
Yeah.
And she was like shocked to see me. And I was like, oh, it wasn't that quick. Like, leave me alone. But I imagine like it
Yeah,
would
I
probably
reckon-
take a lot of people a long time.
Fuck, man. You got like, it's not the environment that you'd think you'd be able to get your rocks off
It's
from. you know?
challenging. It's challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
So then, yeah, like go back in the room and I've got the sample
Yes.
in my jumper.
100% of it
So
as
it's got
well.
to stay close to your body to stay warm, stay
Right.
at body temperature. So I'm
Yeah,
sitting
okay.
there, we fill out the rest of the paperwork.
It was like an egg. You got to incubate it.
So she's got, you know, when you get a blood test and you put the barcodes and they always show you it,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Is this you?"
Yeah.
The
yeah.
name, and you've got that's obviously their legal practice to be like, "This is definitely your details.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
fuck this up." So it's like, "Oh, can I have the sample?" Cool, pulled it out. So she's got to take the sample cup out of a plastic bag, and then put the barcode on it.
Yeah.
That's already got my name written on it, and then hold it up to my face
And say it to you.
and say, "Is this you?"
Wowzers.
Like, yep, that's me.
Lots of me.
Hopefully, there's lots of little me's in there.
Yeah,
I
that's-
hope that's why we're here.
The goal.
And then gave it back. Like, all right, thank
Oh.
you. See you later.
Holy
I
moly.
walked out into the hospital again. And there was a cafe there. We just had a conversation on the other podcast about how like my life is slightly improved by reducing my coffee intake. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll have a coffee for the drive home. And I was like, nah, I'm just too.
Nah,
there's
my
too
mind
much
has gone
going
through
on
enough.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my story.
I feel like the old, like, you know, now that we're middle-aged and washed, that's only going to get, like, those experiences are only going to come in
Yeah.
higher frequency.
Yeah, so stay tuned for another couple of years when someone has to put a finger up
Oh,
our
yeah,
arse.
start fucking a little bit of a jiggle. The old jiggle of the sack. See what the integrity is like. What are you doing over there, dog? I think the most embarrassing thing I've done to date, so Steph's family dog attacked me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Bit me on the ass, and it was like cartoon-like. It bit my ass and bit the material off my shorts.
Yep.
So I had like a hole in my ass, as you know. And then like, obviously, it's quite painful. And I was bleeding, and I had 2 puncture wounds on my butt cheek. And I remember like Steph was like, looking at it and shit. And like, I obviously had to bend over to, spread the skin. And I turn around, and then like her fucking parents are like sitting there, like, oh yeah, like fuck, that's gonna need this and that. I'm like, are you fucking two all good? Like, you want to take a fucking picture? Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, it's like no one should see that, let alone my fucking in-laws.
I have.
Yeah.
Fake tan's got to go a lot of places on a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but that was shaven.
Yeah.
All right, this is not, Maltese boy.
Yeah.
Not the.
I understand.
Yeah, that's it. And so then I had to go to the doctors to get that assessed, examined. And so, pulled my pants down and had to be a woman, of course. Touched my toes and, just like, look, it doesn't need stitches, like getting in there. I'm like, fuck. Here's my bare, hairy, punctured ass cheeks.
And like, I know that woman has done that 10 times a day
100%.
for potentially fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
But
no doubt.
The dialogue that goes on in your own brain is just like...
No thanks.
It's hilarious.
That's a no from me. Yeah.
Going to ultrasounds and stuff with Amy, like...
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had an ultrasound on, here.
Yeah.
Because I had a bit of osteitis.
Yeah.
And I had to have excuse me, can you just...
Move that.
Can you just pull to the side? The gel kind of went on my sack.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, this is so uncomfortable.
So much.
And I was like, she's probably like ultrasound someone's like 100, 150 kilos, like just stuff just hanging, So I'm like, this probably is a good day out for someone like that. But not looking forward to the other examinations you're supposed to get the older you get. It's not fun.
Yep. Rough.
That's hilarious. That is the fucking funniest story that we've spoken on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So how's training?
Then change direction.
Yeah. Let's move
on from that.
Let's move on. So how's training going? What's up, guys? Welcome to the STCfit podcast, where we talk about all things nutrition, training, and how to live your best life. If you want some more information about coaching, our free resources, and other fitness-related content, be sure to check us out on our website at www.stcfit.com. All right, let's get to the episode.
Yeah, really good.
Ready for the photo shoot this week?
No.
Is it next? When's the photo shoot? Next weekend, yeah?
Yeah, next
week.
week.
Yeah, I got to do some extreme shit to get there.
Jason's walked in this morning basically with steam already coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
He's just hungry.
Whipped out the DMP. It's hot in here.
I met your mood, but yeah, sure, whatever it takes.
It's hot in here for some reason. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Photo shoot next weekend. You got anyone doing it besides yourself?
No.
No.
Everyone's in Sydney.
Yeah. I think we'll set some dates for the end of the year soon.
Yeah.
I think I'll have a big crew for that.
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a few.
Yeah. The one we did in Queensland was super fun. And then obviously the group workout on Friday. We had the team down was really, really fun.
That was super fun. We should have talked about that on Beyond the Gym Floor as well.
We should have.
Yeah.
We talk about it here.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good session.
So one of our standout PT, which is our coaching education programs, was in...
Actually, a client of mine. I coach her. So
was in town, so we thought, fuck it, let's get a crew together.
Yeah.
Went and did a sesh.
Get after it at Doherty's Brunswick.
10 of us.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I counted.
Yeah. Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because Amy asked me how many, and I was like, about 10. And then I was doing the tag in the group photo, and I was like, look at that. It was exactly 10.
Yeah, that was a good session. Yeah. I paid for it.
I thought I was going to be worse.
Yeah, my hamstrings, bro.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I woke up to a message from Adrian, like, my lower back is fucked. And I was like, well, that's not going to be good. So got out of bed, ready, and it was just hamstring soreness. I was like, Gucci.
Yeah, I wrote the workout selfishly.
Just because low-key deadlifted 175 for 5.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't do anything exciting like that.
Ran 5Ks the week before, whatever.
Yeah, he's just a weapon, man. So fucking
athlete.
Athletic specimen.
Athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, I I said I wrote the workout. We just did my leg workout. Yeah. That's my exact leg workout.
You're coming with me.
I'm like, I'm just writing this so it's fair to everybody.
No, I'm doing my workout.
Yeah.
You train with
lengthen
me.
quads through lengthen quads, get some movement in the ankle, like so.
Yeah.
Calf raises, leg curls.
Yep.
Into the heaviest and hardest set of the workout, which is pendulum squats.
Yeah,
Done.
Yeah.
So
I was
then
a bit jelly I missed out on the pendulum.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, that one.
ages.
That was like the most stable one that I've used.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them like rock a little bit, like they're not set in the ground properly.
The Atlantis one at ASP is good.
Yeah.
The footprint's massive.
Yeah, well,
and it's too heavy.
Yeah. They got an Atlantis Pro now, pendulum squat, and it's like got all the adjustable stuff in it. Yeah. Not that place, like isn't Atlantis have a version of that? One,
yeah. It's it was just too heavy. Like you have to have a band on it for like Amy couldn't lift.
Yeah. You definitely need to. I think because the arm length for the shoulder pad is so long.
Yeah.
Reverse banding it, that would make sense, like accommodating that resistance, because it's like really challenging for say like 5 inches.
Yeah.
Of the movement, and then after that it's just easy.
Yeah.
So it's like to balance that out, you would have to reverse band that, but then you just have to load the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So it's more constant. Mm-hmm. Kind of like some hack squats.
Yeah.
Like the one we bought. That is wild.
Need to bend.
Yeah, but not the ones that like you basically just like lying down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love let's reverse band every hack squat. Have no understanding.
I saw it one time.
No understanding of a strength curve at all, and then you just
yeah.
get on the hack squat without the reverse band. You're like, I can do 5 plates on this. But yeah, it was a good session. It's a good session.
Yeah, had fun.
Yeah, it was good to get after and stuff.
Yeah.
Show everyone how it's done.
Mm.
Yeah, I always find I hate doing leg workouts with people. I don't know why. I just like feel like that's what you have to do. It's like a rite of passage to do a leg workout with someone.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go work out together and train legs. Does that ever happen to you?
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would say like deadlift sessions or squat sessions. No one wants to catch up and do bench.
Yeah. I'd love to train chest with someone. That's like it's like my favorite muscle group. Can you see? But no one wants to train chest.
Yeah. I'll train chest with you.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes guys I just want to catch a chest and a shoulder pump.
Yeah, and that's it. Imagine doing like the Friday and then be like, we're doing shoulders and arms.
Oh yeah, it's not
be like,
fun.
why?
Yeah, that's not cool.
I won't do that.
Yeah, it was still a fun workout. It was just like, next time I hope we can do.
Tell you what,
shoulders back.
The food. I didn't know what anything was on that menu.
I
just ordered what Adrian got.
I'll have what
black
he's
something.
having. Code black.
Code black. And
good coffee too.
Wow, was that thing good? It's like a savoury pancake.
Yeah.
With a layer of...
What is on the floor here, Sam? Stock's going crazy.
Sometimes she doesn't clean herself properly after the toilet.
Oh, right.
And she's found the spot where her butt was on the carpet.
Okay. Good job.
And now she's cleaning it.
Good job, Shadow.
Moving on.
From our expensive rug. Thanks, dog.
Good to see that she cleaned up after herself. Anyway, sorry. So you had the pancake.
Yeah. And I had like a sauerkraut or something maybe. Yep. 2 eggs. And then the hollandaise sauce had something in it. It was really sweet.
A real lack of protein menu, if you ask me.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a very Brunswick
There's not a lot
menu.
of jacked people getting around Brunswick.
It was a very Brunswick
be
menu.
conscious of...
But it's like right near the gym too. Like, fuck, bro. Put a protein smoothie on the fucking menu.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get my 40 grams here.
I'll have 7 eggs, thanks.
Eight.
8. Yeah, nah. Still scarred.
No, he was too full after 8, so I said 7.
But yeah, it was good. That was a good day. Yeah, I'm feeling. I actually am feeling mildly confident for next weekend.
Yeah,
bring myself. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been working hard.
Good.
Yeah, Tam and I are going to do like a separate. He doesn't know, but we're going to do another one in June as well because I feel like I'll be real dialed in.
Yep.
Like fucking
shreds, bro.
In the end of June. So.
Do you want to talk about your golf lesson? Because I haven't asked you about it yet.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about lots of things because I had the bodybuilding show on the weekend as well.
Oh yeah, so that first because that's a bit more exciting.
Yeah. Well, the golf session was fucking great, but no one wants to hear it. So yeah, the weekend. You don't have a fucking choice. So the weekend was good. Had Amy competing. Always fun to get to stage. It was a good. The story behind it is kind of special as well for me. Because I took Amy on after her first show when she was coached by somebody else, and you know, everyone has their method, whatever. Obviously, it didn't really kind of align with, you know, bodybuilding.
You don't want to shit on an old coach, but it was a shit show, right?
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah. So, one of those situations where like people would say bodybuilding wasn't for them, but it was the method that wasn't for them. It was like malpractice. You know, this isn't really how it should be done, kind of thing. And yeah, messed her up, bro. Like bad. You know, to the point where I could see it even after the show. Like obviously, like we were mentoring. Amy and her and I were really close because she was shadowing me to move on to the gym floor and do PT, and I could just see. You know, you can just see. You don't even need to ask and speak. And I was like, fuck, you know, like this is not right. You know? And I remember I asked her. I said, like, you know, I can help you out. You know, if you want. And I remember her the first time, she's like, no, I'm not ready, which was fine, you know. And but then eventually, you know, we started working together and, you know, just pushed the focus towards training and just said, look, this is the lower hanging fruit with nutrition. And this is where we want to be. I don't want to talk about a single calorie, macro, anything. And I need you to just trust me, you know. And then, like, fuck, like we've gotten in like crazy shape, like however many times, countless photo shoots, whatever. And I kept saying to her, like, you know, we can do this again.
Yeah, like, even, sorry to cut you off, but even when we did the lift off.
Yeah.
And we looked it up and was like, hey, you would have come third at States. And it was like, that was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nothing. That's a competition. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Straight away.
100%. Yeah. There was a lot of resistance because of the past experiences, which I can relate to.
Yeah.
So then, I just kept kind of saying, like, you know, this can happen again if you want it to. Yeah. Like, you don't have to. It's not going to be like last time, whatever. So that obviously just we used to laugh about it. Yeah. It's not happening, whatever. And then, like, I think 18 months ago, it was just like, we're on. Yeah, and Amy and I have been working together for ages. I think she said it was like 6 years, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Or something. So, it was kind of, and then we prepped last year and the show got cancelled. And then it was either like rush to get into another show and, you know, run the risk of doing something stupid. And I was like, look, given the history, I don't want to do anything really extreme to make this experience good, you know, and favorable. So then we pushed it out to last weekend and kind of prepped, and it was a good prep. It was very seamless. Like, it was kind of one of those preps where I'm like, I can tell when other people aren't doing what they're supposed to. Yeah. Because it was just so.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so this is, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying there has been some circumstances where things have just not moved, and I'm like, okay. Possibly need to look at what's going on there. But it was, and then we got to the weekend. I was like, cool. The number one thing is that experience was good. Like I've said with previous people that have competed. And today is just a fun day. Just go out, whatever. And we were already talking about the fact that next year we're going to win.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, so we're like, next year is taking it out.
Yep.
You know, first place.
Yep.
Class, overall, boom.
Yep.
You know, the crown, etc. So, you know, we'll just like, whatever happens today.
Yeah.
So then, and she ended up coming first in her category, over 30 bikini, which was fantastic. Totally unexpected. Not unexpected, like unexpected for her. I was talking to Mel and Danica beforehand. I was like, she doesn't realize, but for me, I was like, we're going to win. Yeah. Yeah, because I could just see gradually, I was like, hang on a minute, this is like, we're starting to form into something like pretty good. Yeah. You know, acceptable in terms of a standard of like what it would take to place in that division. But I just never put that pressure on it. I just never opened it. Yeah. So we fucking got that gold medal.
That's mad.
Competed in the overall. Obviously now we have a good idea of what the standard is to work towards now, and back in the gym on Monday. Yeah. You know, there was no like I need to take a week off, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not mentally exhausted and shit.
So it was just like a super rewarding experience. Again, you know what it's like. Get people to the day, the event, see them thrive.
I think it has another level of.
What's up, guys? So before we move on, just wanted to make sure you guys know about our free resources on the website. So go to www.stcfit.com/resources and take advantage of our free body transformation guide, our SBD guide, and our body transformation quiz.
Importance having that previous bad experience though, because like we we talk about that a lot. Like it's not bodybuilding. It's either you or it's the process.
Yeah.
Like, and when people come out of that and they're like, all of a sudden, like anti-competing, anti in terms of like, it's okay if you don't want to do it again. I didn't enjoy it. That's fine. But don't shit on it as a thing.
Yeah.
We've spoken about not liking that quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of culture messaging. It's like, people do bodybuilding quite successfully, and the roots of it are neurotic and vain and whatever. It's like, it's fine though. Like, people
but so's fucking every sport, man.
People still have the right to do it though. It's like, just because it didn't work out for you doesn't mean that it's not gonna, like, everyone, you have to make a self-fulfilling prophecy or a prophecy for someone else.
Yeah.
That it's not going to work for them too.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe how you did it was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really big fulfilling moment for me.
Yeah.
It's to be like, it wasn't that. It was how you did it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it was good. She was like, because the first one was so hard, she's like, because every week I'm like, are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm sweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then she was like, well, because last one was so hard, this one was so easy.
Yeah.
She's like, as in, it was still hard.
Yeah.
Obviously, let's not try and market something that we shouldn't here.
Yes.
It's very hard to get to stage. But she was like, it just was never as hard.
Yeah.
It was just never that gritty, and we were lighter than we were last time.
Mm-hmm.
Way more muscle.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
Yeah, she looked great.
Yeah. I was happy. The show went 2.5 hours late. So I could kind of see us fading. We just weren't prepared for it to be that late. Like, we only bought an extra. I said, bring an extra meal. I fucked up. She should have bought 2.
Yeah.
And then we should have had her carb up stuff and all of that. So I ended up going to the supermarket to buy shit for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need food. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I could kind of see towards the end of the day we're fading a bit.
Yeah.
So that's all lessons for me. It's like, expect the shows to be 2 hours late, 3 hours late, and just always come over prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of an experience thing for me, because most of the time, like, the ones I've done recently have been like more IFBB, and they're like great at like working to a time frame.
Yeah.
Very rarely are they
ICN's
behind.
Notorious for being late, right?
ICN they've gotten better, and then this was NBA, I could tell they were just they're just trying to get content. So they were like, everyone microphone, whatever. So it was just dragging out because they were trying to capture stuff to make content. Like, looking at it from I zoomed out, because everyone else was like, oh, they're just fucking talking to everyone. I'm like, they're capturing content for their next push.
Yes.
For their next show.
Yeah.
But that just drew things out. So that was reflecting on the day. That's definitely the one thing that we need to look at.
Yeah.
Just being prepared. But it was awesome. It was so much fun. Very chuffed
sick.
feeling.
That's
so
awesome.
Found myself a little niche.
Yeah, it's
coaching
2 from 2 bikini girls.
Yeah, bikini and fitness. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so that's been fun.
Yeah.
Makes things the coaching's always fun. It's just like, when they get what they want and they get more.
At that level, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you want everyone to just go and have fun. Like, that is the win. But it's like, once there's something that's just wasn't, like, we were just like, no. Like, we just wasn't even considered that we were going to win.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and she was just so, like, lost for words, so emotional.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just the best thing to see, man. Like,
yeah. So happy for her, because I know how tough it was at the time.
Yeah.
Some of the stories of the last prep and stuff, it's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, like, the example of, like,
space.
How there's just people that just aren't skilled to do what they aren't skilled. You know what it is? And I spoke to somebody else about their post-comp experience. I think anyone can get someone to stage. Really, I think so. Because I've seen it.
Yeah.
What I think only skilled, educated people with maybe a bit of experience in the sport can do is recover them properly.
Yeah.
Because you see, at the end of the day, everyone stands up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, like, there's percentages of variance in terms of conditioning and muscle mass and whatever, which maybe can be rectified or is the reflection of the method.
Yeah.
But, like, it's controlled starvation, protein distribution, and, cardio or whatever,
training.
right?
Yeah.
But afterwards is, like, what's next? What's the recovery phase look like? What are you looking for in terms of both physical and mental metrics, feedback,
Yeah.
planning, all of those things, that is where I feel like most people miss the mark.
Yeah.
They don't know how to have this like titration of like calories and activity. They don't know how to communicate that to the client. They're not talking about it before the show is finished.
Yeah.
They're not setting goals at the end. They're not saying like Jess is still recovering, and things are good physiologically, everything. Like, we're getting some really good feedback mentally as well. And I'm like, obviously offering myself to, from that mental side as well. Like, you need to talk, you need to chat. I understand, I acknowledge.
Yeah.
But she's still recovering, and I still know that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the next 2 weeks is just recovery.
Yeah.
We're just optimizing movement and habits and whatnot. And then I've got your photos now, and we're going to go into this, growth improvement block.
Yeah. Learning to train without a close time sensitive goal after having such high pressure to train beforehand is a skill.
Yeah.
And I see that obviously with my competitors on the platform.
Yeah.
It's going to the gym the week after can be a challenge.
100%.
Well, and like looking at a program and just being like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the thing's over now. Like, where's the importance in this lie?
Yeah. And like with powerlifting, it's more like, well, I did the squat, bench, deadlift thing. And then usually your recovery program, it's like, get the fuck away from a barbell as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And people look at a program, they're like, oh, this isn't the powerlifting thing that they've been working really hard to. It's like, no, but it's going to make you a better powerlifter. It's going to make you better at those 3 lifts.
Yeah.
It's like, but the 3 lifts are gone. And that was my identity for the last 8, 10, 12, 16 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like that everything was about how well I moved that barbell. And now it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like there's a bridge to kind of cross there and
100%.
be willing and able to show up and bring some intensity to training still and all that kind of stuff and then find, because the enjoyment of a prep is different.
The motivation's different too.
Yeah, you don't walk out of a session close to either competition. That was really fun.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that close to a meet. Maybe you hit a PB or something like that. You're like, fucking, like, let's go. But then it's still like, that's a box ticked and I feel very satisfied.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of times that you leave the gym like, it was a really fun workout. I had a great time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're trying to turn that.
Especially tying it without it having a lot of meaning. Like after the comp, like you have great sessions towards comp. It's like, oh, I can't wait for comp.
Correct, yeah. I fucking finally had Jace gave me some carbs. I finally got a pump today.
Yeah.
Like, I was fucking mad. Like,
that's a totally different.
And then
type
you go
of
to like, cool, I want you to go to the gym and have a good time. It's like, that's not the same feeling as I had last week.
Yeah.
That's a new, it's really interesting.
Yeah, so I found, and this is just a speculation, but I'm like, that's the problem. Because the biggest red flags outside of like getting lean for Amy was post-show.
Yeah.
Like just no titrating of calories going up, trying to maintain the same levels of activity and even just like macronutrient distribution or whatever. Like just a lot of things didn't line up. And it's like you redline somebody and then afterwards don't have this plan to take them back out.
Yeah.
So then they just take the reins themselves. What do you expect somebody to do?
Yeah, it's going to be a mess.
It's going to be an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
No programming, no activity tracking, no diet like parameters. Like and I was very clear with the diet parameters post show. I'm like, the rest of the day hit 80 grams protein. Tomorrow, don't care what you eat, hit 120 grams protein.
Yeah.
Because you give people a focus.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I can have the steak and I can have the steak and chips, but I still have to
eat the steak.
Eat 120 grams of protein.
Yeah.
So it's like I know that. And it's like Monday, I'm like, this is your diet.
Yeah.
This is what we're working with, and this is what the next 4 weeks looks like, and this is what, and then like even just reverse engineering the outcome. It's like, cool, you want to do this again? We have 51 weeks. We're going to recover for probably 4 to 6. That gives us, we're probably going to do a 24 week prep.
Yeah.
This is the timeline we have now.
Yeah, it's interesting. The nerd in me is like looking at that from a sociology standpoint. It's like how humans like to think that we want freedom.
Yeah, we don't.
But too much freedom is everything either falls into chaos and we would actually, it's Loki's role in the Marvel thing.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, no, you fucking want order. You want to be told what to do. You want structure. You don't want to have to make decisions and stuff like that, which is true to an extent. Obviously, he's the example of the extreme end of that. But yeah, even the book I'm reading at the moment, it's like they had this fucking, he was called the Lord Ruler. so you can
Yeah.
think of like the type of
Yeah.
character he was.
Yeah.
And he dies in the first book. Soz.
No one knows the book.
Yeah. And then the next book's like the whole world's fucked
Yeah.
because there was so much structure, and then there's like
Yeah.
little pockets, so they have slavery and all sorts of shit. There's little pockets where
They just go.
they still have they built that hierarchy back in,
Yeah.
and the slaves are like, no, make us slaves again because we don't know what to do.
Mm.
So it's like on the extreme end, that person has been in super restricted, ordered environment.
Mm.
Putting them straight in an unrestricted, totally no
Yeah.
framework environment is actually
Bizarre.
worse.
Yeah.
Where there's steps to actually have inside that. It's like it might sound rough to be like she got her diet on Monday, but it's like no. Like you need that amount of structure. You need, otherwise
Yeah,
you just feel fucking lost.
Yeah, and there's freedoms you give.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she gets more freedoms in terms of time commitment because
Yeah.
we've reduced the training by probably an hour a day.
Yeah.
So there's other freedoms that she'll get back, and
Yeah.
she'll get more freedoms as the week goes on. As the
Yeah.
week go on,
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like some really good lessons as well. Like I was like, what's the one thing we could have done differently? I always ask for feedback. Like
Yeah.
most of the time they're great because they don't want to tell you, or they just like think it was awesome.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be nice to get actual feedback.
More, yeah.
And then she was just like, look, to be honest, like I just fucking took the off season for granted.
Yeah.
She's like, I just didn't. She's like, you were on to me like every week, like get your steps in, get your diet in check, show up, stop doing three sessions, do your 4 sessions.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I just was like, yep. And every now and then she'd do it. She's like, I realized that my physique on stage from a muscular perspective just wasn't where it needed to be because I didn't take advantage of that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so glad that you said that because that's the time when you actually make improvements to the physique that you want to present on the stage.
Yeah.
Like people forget that stuff. They think that the contest prep encompasses the musculature as well as the decreasing of the body fat to present. It's like you have to have the body fat.
Especially in natural bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Of course, like you look at the pinnacle of like IFBB, it's like they can, add muscle mass over a prep quite easily and you're working with like the most genetically gifted in the sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for natural bodybuilding for the average person, it's like the off season is the improvement to the physique. It's like we're adding muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
We're eating in a surplus, like driving training volume where we need to, doing all of these things to add tissue.
Yeah.
And then when you go through contest prep, it's decreasing the calories and increasing the activity to drive a deficit to lose the body fat to show the new muscle that you've just built.
Correct. Yeah.
And holding on to the muscle as much as possible during that period.
Yeah.
There's not many people that are going to build and lose in that period of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good too. What's up, guys? So before we move on, just a little bit more information for those people who are curious about coaching. Maybe they want someone to take care of their training, get a bit more specific, take it to the next level, or even just keep them accountable to all of the things that they need to do. So again, you guys can go onto the website, get a little bit more information. It's got all the information on there on what's involved to take your training to the next level. You can hit the inquiry button, and then we'll get on a strategy call and see what we can do for you.
I like that structure even just for the gym goer as well. Like having that.
Yeah.
Like we used to do photo shoots once a year and stuff. We obviously still do them for clients every 6 months or whatever. But I think having that cycle of right now it's really important to build muscle. Right now it's really important to diet down. I think a lot of people like outside of bodybuilding that just go to the gym, they never actually introduce that as a concept.
Yeah.
Right now I want to build muscle, so my behaviors need to match that. So eating, whatever. It's like even like going into a maintenance phase, like what does that mean? What are you targeting? Like your strength should still be improving or something like that. Setting up a year of training with the intent of right now we're doing this, then we're doing this, then we're doing this. So then it's like, oh, I'm starting to feel really fluffy, blah, blah. I'm like, I know, but you're going to get to express your outcome later down the track when we do the cutting phase.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people walk around the gym just train every day and expect both to happen all the time.
Yeah.
And the worst part is when you first started training, it did. Yeah. And it happened for 6 months. You're like,
this is mad.
And then what happens is you go, I just need to show up more. I need to work harder, or it's like, you just need to do this with the dial that way or this with the dial that way for a specific period of time. And then you net over a 6 month, 12 month period, actually see the outcomes that you're
Yeah.
looking for.
I'd be really interested to know outside of like that, within the first 6 to 12 months, outside of the people that know that you need to pick a lane, how many people stop?
Yeah.
Because it's like if you just walked up to the gym, started lifting weights and just got massive
Yeah.
and started getting leaner, like how addictive is that?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just like
stops.
that stops happening,
Yeah.
and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Which happened for me a little bit because I started working out. I was 15.
Yeah.
I'm fucking downloading A4 fucking sheets of dot point workouts on the internet.
Yeah.
Took like half an hour for the page to fucking download.
As long as mum wasn't on the phone.
Yeah, that's it. So it was like, you just kind of thought, oh, I've just got to work harder.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how many people stop because of that. Because you've got to, at some point, like, if you, like, you've got to shift the focus to a specific adaptation, because those adaptations are polar opposite when you look at them mechanistically. One requires a surplus, one requires a deficit.
Yeah.
It's like that in itself is going to, cause problems in terms of your progress.
See it on the barbell a lot as well. The same kind of idea. And like the traditional powerlifting programming or strength programming, let's say, it's like just barbell work. And it's like, if you're new, you can do that for a year, maybe even longer, and just get stronger every time.
Yeah.
Every new program, you'll get stronger. And then all of a sudden that stops.
Yeah, it's like, how?
And
Why?
Then you've got to say to that person, well, actually, we're taking the barbell away now.
Yeah.
And we're going to focus on a strength hypertrophy program, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that.
Or just like no sub-max lifts, or just testing all the time.
Just going to maintain some skill for a bit. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean I'm not putting more weight on the bar, or it's not hard, or whatever? Like, that's not... I didn't fucking sign up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least personally, I always try and go the other way. It's like, okay, so you want to get strong? We're going to start at strength hypertrophy, because you're going to get stronger. Your lifts are going to improve still in that place as well, but you're going to get used to the idea that, like, hey, a front foot elevated split squat carries over to hip stability, which carries over to the like bottom of a squat, which carries over to whatever, general hypertrophy for that area, spatial awareness, control, etc. So then when they're actually starting really far away from the barbell, and then we come into the barbell, and then it's like, okay, now we're going back to that thing where really we could have just put them on a barbell for 6 months and they would have got stronger.
Yeah.
Net, I also think you'll be in a better position. You would actually get stronger doing that approach. But psychologically, when that barrier comes up, it's really noticeable. The difference is noticeable. Even the last round we did with the Sydney crew, two girls that hadn't really, one had never powerlifted, one hadn't for like 3 years, and the other one's been pretty much strength focused for 3-4 years. And just like the language of just like, you could tell they were watching my other clients.
Yeah.
They're like, it's just not progressing the way I'd like. But I'm like, you've been at this way longer.
Yeah.
That's not adding 5 kilos to the bar every week isn't happening.
No, that's just skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like obviously we went a lot of different places there, but that was the weekend.
Yeah, it's sick. Congratulations to you and to Amy as well.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun 12 months. Stay tuned. All right.
The golf lesson.
Yeah.
I got a voice message from Jace last week.
Yeah.
That basically was as excited as I've heard Jace in a long time.
Because I clocked it. So
context, I know we talked about it on the last episode, but context, we'd just come off Jace hitting 120 when aiming for 90, so it's bad, guys. High is bad.
Awful.
Yeah.
I've gone Space Jam in terms of golf.
Probably the worst outing of golf I've seen you have, at least.
Yeah. It's one of the worst, yeah. Like, especially like given that I kind of know how to hit the ball.
And you have the capability of hitting 90, yeah.
Yeah, especially like because I played not too bad on the Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so here's the fucking life lesson here, guys. If you want to get good at something,
coach.
hire a fucking professional, right? So I thought, like, he's like, what do you do for a job? And I was like, oh, fuck. I said, well, I'm a fitness coach, and I used to be a personal trainer, and now I run an online fitness business, whatever. And he's like, oh, well, this is quite the same. He's like, when you don't know what you're doing, or when you feel like your progress is halted, you hire somebody to teach you how to do it properly. And I'm like, I know. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. I'm like, this is the same as the person that goes to the gym
Yeah,
and
for
just
years.
works out.
Yeah.
Just starts like fucking watching YouTube,
Yeah.
watching C-Bums fucking workouts,
Yeah.
and starts doing those. And every now and then he'll give you like a fucking, tutorial on how to do an exercise, and you're just fucking winging it,
Yeah.
just based off that information. You get a bit of results. You think you're going to make it,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you just stop getting results.
Yes.
And then you actually probably start going backwards.
Yeah. And then you either quit or
Correct.
you hire a coach.
Yeah.
And when
yeah.
you've spent golf money on golf shit.
Yeah.
you
Fucking
buy-
oath.
You
Yeah.
hire a coach.
To be fair, like I know I spent golf money, but it's like imagine spending time working out.
Oh, yeah. True.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
It's like you work out 5 days a week for fucking 1 to 2 hours. Like that's a
Yeah.
lot of time you're not getting back. So
Yeah.
so there were huge parallels. Like even when I was driving it back, like on the way home, I was laughing. I'm like,
Were you nervous?
nah, I was excited, bro. Because
That's
that's what he said to me. He goes, are you nervous? I go, bro, I'm so excited for this. I said, because like, I know you're going to help solve the problem.
Yeah, I'm always curious of like putting yourself in a position that a client might feel the first time working with someone.
Yeah. Look, I assume they would be nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe the people that I train probably wouldn't be.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
Because this is more gym floor days.
If
When it's
you're...
like, hey, welcome to the gym. We're going to go out on the gym floor
My
and
first
do
golf
this.
lesson, I was nervous.
Yeah.
That was like, this is how to hit the ball lesson, though.
How to hold the club.
Yeah, it wasn't like, this is all the shit these are all the bad habits that you've gotten.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like, the technology is awesome in golf. So he was just like, have a few swings, whatever. And he's like, okay, he's like, I got it. He's like, you haven't lost the ability to play. He's like, this has been a manifestation of just like how you've learned how to hit the ball. He's like, this is always going to happen. And he's like, you're not hitting the ball properly.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're not using your hips. The ball's the club face is too high up. You need to get the club behind you, and you actually need to learn how to pivot.
Yeah.
So there's all these things that I just didn't know that I was supposed to be doing, like this twisting of the hip and, kind of how to spread my arms and whatever. And the best thing about it was like, he was saying it's not based on like, body size and stuff. Cause like, it gets in your mind when people say, oh, like you're too big for golf.
Yeah.
Like as much as I'm like, oh, mad.
Yeah.
Like it does kind of limit your thought process and your potential and confidence when you go up to hit a ball. I'm like, well, what does that mean for me?
Yeah.
And then I just remember like I was thinking like, well, fuck, man, like fat old people play golf.
Yeah.
Fucking look at John Daly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a fucking absolute weapon.
Yeah.
When it comes to golf. So I'm like, oh, surely it's not that.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, man. He's like, you're sweet. He's like, yeah, you're big, but he's like, you're fucking sweet, man. He's like, you just need to know where. So yeah, like, gave me a few drills, told me how to go down to the range and practice. He said, don't hit a lot of balls, only hit about 20 to 30. And he said, just walk away.
Interesting.
He said, the tired you get, the shitter you're going to get.
Yeah, of course.
So he's like, just hit 20 to 30 and walk away. So yeah, like that's the plan. And then he was just like, come back in 2 weeks and we'll just do that for a bit. And then he's like, and then just, as you need and want.
How much of the tech did he use? Because I want to do it.
He filmed
up there, but I don't know what tech they've got.
He filmed side view and filmed the back.
Yeah.
And was like, this is what happened with your wrist. And he's like, and this is what's happening when you go to this in the backswing. He's like, your hips aren't moving.
Yeah.
And then the club faces and the club is not behind you.
Yeah.
And then like he was like, this is the first swing you did and this is the last swing you did, and was like crazy good. And he was like drawing lines and stuff. Like the club face was literally behind me.
Yeah.
And my hips were like just twisted.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And then like I was hitting the ball like effortlessly the same distance.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, we haven't even taught you how to like, follow through. And he's like, we'll get easily another like 10, 20 meters on each of your shots.
Mad.
So I was like, cool. And then I walked away excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, who would have thought getting a professional to help you work towards the thing
will help.
Gets you working towards the thing.
Yeah. So update on my foot.
Yeah.
I saw Ali last Wednesday. I just had tendonitis in the tendon that runs from like the middle of your shin under your foot into the lateral side of your foot. So I had some
the painful part.
eversion band holds for a week. I messaged her this morning actually. I'm like, I'm 100% today.
Yeah, sick.
So I will
Ali's the goat.
I will be on the lesson train. I might try the one at home.
Yeah, of course.
And then because it's fucking like way cheaper, and it's 2 minutes. From
You don't want to add friction to it.
Yeah. But it's just because it's outdoor.
What's the lesson? What's the lesson there?
$80 for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think like because
he's a nice guy, so
I think I was at the big swing. It's like a bit more. It's like 130.
Yeah, well, because you got the tech.
correct. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know, this dude's got to obviously, like, you know, Drummond's or Big Swinger
A
got to
cut.
get a cut of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's got to obviously pay the bills, you know, whatever.
so-
It's like, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I was planning on weekly, but we'll see what.
No,
See
they
what
won't
he
take you
says.
weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him, I said, can I come back next week? He's like, no. He's
Yeah.
like, what for? He's like, I'm just going to make you do this.
Yeah.
It's like, do it yourself.
Yeah.
He's like, once he goes, he said, I want you to get frustrated and get yourself out of it.
Yeah.
So I said, I want you to fuck up. And then he goes, I want you to know how to fix it. And then he goes, then come back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
So,
Yeah.
I can't just throw money at him to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, pay to.
Have to put the work in. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's it. I just want to go every week and then be like, I'll play off scratch now.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on.
Yeah. You got anything else to talk
Yeah.
about?
Nothing that's like productive, take home, valuable shit. So pretty happy. Pretty happy with it now. We've
bets.
talked a lot of
Bets.
There's a fair bit of take home stuff there for the contest prep stuff and whatnot. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a Q&A coming up, get some more questions and shit rather than Ben and I just talking about like coming in a cup and fucking, you know, what else? I don't know. That's the only thing I can remember from this podcast.
So we've just decided that we're going to do
I
intros
was
to the
just about
podcast
to
as
say,
well. And
how the
you,
fuck-
And you've got to do it.
How the fuck are we going to do that? Oh my God. Today you will learn how awkward it is to ejaculate into a cup in a hospital.
Oh, shit.
Wowzers.
Yeah, on that note,
All right,
don't
guys.
forget to go to stcfit.com/subscribe
Yeah.
to secure a lifetime
Discount on our
to
training app.
the new training app, which will launch maybe 5 days after this episode is live.
Is it 21st we're going for?
It's the goal.
Launch day?
I wasn't going to tell anyone in case we're late, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it says it on
21st.
it says it on the fucking video
Oh,
that we
does
put
it?
on social media, bro. We're committed to the date.
All right, we're
Yeah,
in. Let's
awesome.
go.
All right, thanks guys. See
Bye.
you next time.